This is Unit 3, Week 3, Question 4, Part B. And still strange. Anyways, what's the second bank of the United States? This is complicated, but it really comes down to Andrew Jackson, popular man of the people, wants power to the people, wants to support the poor whites, wants to support those who don't have property, doesn't want economic power in the hands of the elite centered in Washington, D.C. And when Jackson wants something done, he has no fear. He used the veto to veto laws left and right, unlike any president before him. He did all kinds of things to appeal popularly and bully Congress into doing what he wanted. What happened was, in 1816, the National Bank was established. This National Bank is like the Fed today. It's a bank of banks for the country to try to manage the U.S. economy. In 1816, it was chartered for 20 years. The bank could control the lending practices of banks around the country, because all the banks around the country gave out their own paper money that was backed up by gold or silver in the little state local banks. And the Federal National Bank threatened these different banks that if they lent out too much money, they would go under. And so the National Bank was trying to moderate the accounts and lending of state banks so they wouldn't be crazy and inconsistent with their lending. But Andrew Jackson hated it. He called it Mr. Biddle's Bank, because Nicholas Biddle was the guy in charge of the National Bank. He thought it interfered with the ability of the commoners to get loans and economic growth in the various states and local communities. In 1832, before Jackson was reelected, they brought up the chartering of the bank. Since it was only supposed to last 20 years, it had to be voted on whether to continue it. Instead of waiting for Jackson's second term, since they knew Jackson didn't like the bank, he threatened to veto it. They said, let's put it up for a vote before his reelection. He'll never go in front of the people after canceling the stability of the economy and the National Bank. What did Jackson do? He vetoed the chartering of the bank, so it was going to die in 4 years. And he won the election handily, easily, trouncing Henry Clay 219 electoral votes to only 49 for Clay. After the election, Jackson ordered money withdrawn from the National Bank, put into the different state banks. Mr. Biddle, the president of the National Bank, tried to fight back against him by forcing different state banks to convert their paper loans to gold, which was more scarce, so they couldn't make as many loans. Instead, the banks began lending even more and more money, caused a huge inflationary spiral and a collapse of the economy, and what became the Panic of 1837, an extended period of depression after that. But Jackson was gone by then, and his follow-up, hand-picked replacement, Martin Van Buren, took the brunt of the public anger. Jackson was trying to be the populist man of the people, keep economic control out of the center, but what he really did was create chaos and inconsistent banking practices throughout the country. And that's it from the National Bank, the panic that resulted in Mr. Jackson's willingness to shut it down, to put more power and economic control in the hands of the states, although it didn't work very well. And that's it from some guy in an Aloha print shirt.